In the morning, what did I tell you? Intercultural competencies. What did I tell you? Intercultural competencies. Because I defined it. We did not write it, but I talked about intercultural competence. What did I? Yes? Yes. One clap for him. Those ones who, if you're leaning on the chair, can you kindly sit upright? So that, because if you are sitting like that, you'll fall asleep. I'm not saying it's bad to sit like that, but when you sit well, you're going to be. It is the ability to interact effectively. It is the ability to interact effectively across different cultures. It is the ability to interact effectively and appropriately across different cultures. That is intercultural competence. And this, we say there are three aspects of intercultural competence. We talked about what are these three aspects that we talked about. Yes, which one? Yes? Cultural awareness, one clap for him. Yes? Cultural knowledge, one clap for him. Yes? Cultural sensitivity, one clap for him. So we said in cultural awareness is whereby you know your own culture. We said that you look at your own habits, right? And you look at the background that shapes your habits. And then you figure out that the only way that you're doing your things, or how you carry yourself, is not the only way. Or how you do your habits is not the same way the other person does it. And then we have cultural knowledge. Cultural knowledge is basically you know about other people's cultures, the facts about other people's cultures. You just don't know. You know the facts of other people's traditions. You can even, we said in cultural knowledge is whereby you can even use their language to greet them. And then we said about cultural sensitivity, whereby it's showing respect. You respect other people's culture by respecting their feelings and their habits. And then you can even change your behavior slightly to accommodate their what? To accommodate their what? Their beliefs, or to accommodate their culture. The issues is lack of cultural competence. If you do not have cultural competence, whereby you don't respect other people's culture or their way of life, there are those challenges that you can have. Or it leads to several issues. And that is what I was to talk about. You can find that you will find issues or difficulty. Yeah. When you don't have intercultural competence, you have common issues. For example, there is miscommunication. Miscommunication is whereby you misinterpret. Someone is doing a gesture towards you, or it has a particular tone, depending on where they come from. And then there is miscommunication. You find that maybe you think that they've abused you, but they've not. You've misinterpreted their gestures, their words, or their tone, the tone they used. Also, there's stereotyping. It is whereby you make assumptions. You make assumptions about a group because someone treated you differently. For example, let's say today, that's what I was telling you the other in the morning, that you shouldn't say that about a Kikuyu. Maybe you have friends here of all cultures, which is good, and that is what is happen. It's supposed to happen. And then by default, you're grouped with someone from the Kikuyu tribe. And then because you've been told that we do a CSL project, both of you are supposed to combine your money so that you can go and buy something for the project. And then you discover later the amount that your friend told you is not the same amount that other people bought. Yes? This person, yes, got it. Yes, bought it for 500 shillings, and you discover everyone else bought it at how many shillings? 200 shillings. Yes? And then all of a sudden you keep on saying that, oh, Kikuyus are what? Thieves. That is now what we are saying, stereotyping. You're generalizing a whole culture, a whole tribe because of one person. Why are you doing so? Now we have other students maybe who are from the same culture, and then you tell them, no, I cannot be with you, you are a thief. No. Each person is supposed to be treated what? Individually. And maybe they got it 500. Maybe it depends with where you bought your items. By the way, it depends with how much you buy, where you buy your items. Because if I sent you to buy, what can you buy now? Oh, a simple thing, just like a sweet potato. Yeah. If I sent you to the supermarket I just sent you to get potatoes, there's someone who will go to the market and look at the cheapest one in the morning, very early in the morning in the market. Then there's someone who's going to go to the what? Supermarket. My essence was just getting what? Potatoes. It wasn't about where they're coming from. We are going to eat them. You know, those people have two different what? Pricing, right? Very different. So if your friend bought it for 500 shillings, very different. It's still okay. It's still okay. If today, let me send you a very simple thing. If I send you, I tell you, go get cake. Today, go get cake. When you're coming from Aftam, you should bring cake. And then I ask you, no, I've not told you that. I've not said you bring cake. I'm just giving you an example. Do you know some of you will buy cake from the supermarket, right? Others will buy from a bakery. Yes? The same cake, you'll go buy it, where are you going to buy it? Alte Cafe. The cheapest cake in Alte Cafe is like 490, right? It's a cheesecake, right? The cheapest cake in the supermarket is how much? Yeah? There is 95, there's one for 90, there's even 60, right? At the bakery, how much is it? We have slices for 100 bob, right? Even 10 bob, right? We have slices. It depends where you're buying. You see, if someone tells you, I bought my cake at 490, you will not understand. Actually, the only difference will be the taste. Because Alte Cafe will use their what? Fresh cream. Fresh everything. They won't use, but the one that you're buying for 10 bob, they will use, in coating their cream, they will mix with the what? Margarine. Not even margarine, the cooking what? Cooking oil, just cooking fat. But the one you're going to get at Alte Cafe is cream, it's pure cream. It's just different. Are you getting me? So you're not supposed to say, oh, this cake was bad, this was so good, all cakes are bad, just because you ate one cake from the street. No. Not all of them are what? The same. Yeah. So that is stereotyping. Can you come back to class? We are talking about a lack of intercultural competence leads to several issues. We talked about the first issue, which was miscommunication. The second one that we were discussing was what? Stereotyping. And now we have it's called what? Ethnicism. Yes, it's judging others' color. It is whereby you judge others by your own standards. You judge other cultures by your own standards. You think this culture is good, this one is bad, depending on what you believe is good for you, right? That is what it's called. And then we have cultural, it can also lead to cultural conflicts. It's whereby you clash with another culture, you start fighting. You see, like sometime back after the elections, several cultures were fighting, right? Yes. It's because there were clashes, and these people did not have any intercultural competence. We also have exclusion. We have a common issue, which is exclusion. It's whereby you exclude people. If people don't belong to your own culture, you exclude them. For example, here we have a community of our school, right? And then we go from here, we're going to the next boys' school, right? When you're there, you want to, let's say you've been carried food, and in the school, they've been cooked for food, right? And they so much want to have a taste of what you've carried to their school. And then all of a sudden, all of you take your lunch and go, you eat under the tree. You don't want to mingle with them. That means you don't have intercultural competence because you're excluding yourself. You could have just gone and sat with them, and then you share what you have, and they share with you what they've been cooked for, right? Yes, whatever is prepared in their school, that is what you're going to eat, and then you take whatever that you've carried. And mostly you'll find boys do that in a girls' school. I don't know why they don't do that in a boys' school. All girls' school, if you go with the boys, you'll be shocked. You don't even need to be told, go eat with the girls. Actually, you don't even take your lunch. You go eat with girls' lunch, the girls' lunch. You go take it. And you most of the time you even eat with them. But when you go to boys' school, why don't you do that? I don't understand. They're your brothers. Why? Why are you doing that? Why are you not doing that? Yes? No, say something. How now? How? Every student, every school has the same food. Who said so? Who said no? No, it's not no. From there, we're supposed to start now how we can participate in intercultural activities. Like whereby we'll talk about the music festivals, we'll talk about the music festivals, we'll talk about the Olympic Games, we'll talk about the cultural festivals. We also talk about it's called what? Interfaith dialogue and trading activities. When we're talking about interfaith dialogue is whereby we'll be talking about how we have the Christian community. All the Christian communities, they join up